Homelessness is everywhere, even here in Bushnell Park. Welcome back to Derek's Destinations. Glad you can be with me today. I'm in Connecticut. Made a little trip from New York City on up into Connecticut. Connecticut, not a very big state, but it is known as the Constitution State, if you want a little history on that. If not, sorry, I just gave it to you. Specifically, we're in Hartford. Didn't know if you could see the few of the skyscrapers behind me, or medium scrapers, whatever you want to call them. It's a quaint little town. I mean, only about 120 some thousand ish, you know, in the city. You know, I don't promise to be an expert on these things. I just know it's somewhere around there. And just driving into the town, it's got some character. Now, of course, it is the capital, so it has some buildings of real interest, which is kind of what I'm passing through right now. You see the building coming into view is the state capitol. I'm not going to spend as much time on this as maybe like I did the National Cathedral, but it's an awesome building. Of course, it's closed. This happens to be a Sunday, and there's no tours or anything going on. It's not normally a tourist destination, but it's a beautiful building, and I did take the opportunity before talking to you on here to look into the windows inside, and it's kind of gorgeous. Maybe I'll go up there and see if I can get something through the window, but otherwise, look at it. I mean, it's pretty dang awesome. I mean, I really do like this building. I do a little research on stuff. I don't, like I said, say I'm an expert or anything, but they say it's a high Victorian Gothic. What that means, I don't know, but it's beautiful. I mean, I think I can see in it, you know, what they're saying, but can you? Let me know. You know, and of course, this area, as I walk around, you'll see some of the other buildings around that kind of do look like government buildings, you know, because they have the columns and the gables and all that on them, that are pretty typical of just regular federal business buildings. But I wish I could have gotten an aerial of this for you, but we kind of lost our drone. Yeah, I think it's over the top of the art museum in DC. Yeah, that's where we lost it. So I just you know, we'll get another one soon, very soon, I hope. But I'm walking up under the portico. I guess this was maybe original to the building, the big columns. Maybe this is where at one time carriages came through, and I'm sure at one time before COVID or 9/11, or whenever they decided to block it off like they have, would come through here and go through these doors, because these are some entrances. I don't know which one would be the best to try and show you. I don't know if I can, but I'm gonna turn this camera around. Is this one of them? Nah, this isn't a good one. I looked around here earlier, but some of them have, one side is really beautiful to look into. I just don't remember which one it was, but no biggie. If you come to Hartford, like I said, the town is quaint for 120 some thousand, and with the history, like a lot of places, it has history. Now, if you're bored with history, I'm sorry, but when you're traveling the East Coast from basically like we did, which was starting down in North Carolina, you're starting at history. I mean, you know, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, all these up the East Coast up through Massachusetts, you know, were part of the original 13 colonies. So this is where all our beginning history is, so I can't help it. But I like it, and I hope you're at least enjoying that part of it. But you can't get away from it when you're traveling. Now we're gonna go a little bit further, where we'll get out of the original 13 colonies, and we'll see some other things, and then I don't know what I'll talk about, but I'll talk about something, you know. but you know me, I can talk. See, things are better when the sun's this way. Maybe if I walk backwards. If I walk backwards, can you see me? Is there anybody behind me? Do I look like a dummy? Well, you know, let me get behind some shade here so you can see a little bit. There we go. Okay, there, see? There we go. Let me see if this is it. Did you get a view of this side? I don't think you did. You know, this is kind of more like a pedestrian side. It isn't like an entry side, but I wonder if it's got the one view I really like. I think maybe it do. Yes, it do, but I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Nope, not there, you can't. Let's try. And that's got a double portico. What's funny is you look right here. It's two separate, and they're actually separated in the middle. This side they don't have it, but the other side it's actually separated by another glass right down the middle, and it's like enter and exit. But anyway, we're gonna be in Hartford for a little while, and I don't know, you can't really see too much. Let's see, here we go. Let's see if I can see if you can see anything. Does that help? Can you see that statue in the middle and the columns? I mean, that's just a sample. And to me, this was the prettiest side. They've got some other great ones that I looked through the windows, you know, around. But you know, Hartford obviously is not a place you're gonna, I don't think you would, plan a trip to go see. But if you're up in Connecticut, you know, it's the 3rd or 4th largest city in Connecticut. Yeah, it's not huge, but stop in, you know. They deserve a little love too. Give Hartford some love. I think they need some love. And I'll explain that a little bit further. We're gonna go a couple of other places while we're here in Hartford, and I'll explain some other things to you. One of them being Yankee Doodle. You know what that is? What about macaroni? No, it's not what you eat. Nope, nope, nope. It's not. And do you know what dandy is? Could be a macaroni, but not to eat. Stick with me, I'll explain that with you. I promised you I'd show you Bushnell Park. It's right across from the Capitol building that I was just at, and it's right downtown. There's some of the downtown buildings right around the park. It's nothing like Central Park, but it is in the central of the downtown. And right here is a nice fountain, you know, depicting a lot of Indian culture in it, and which is the history of here in Hartford and of Connecticut. It has other things too. I don't know if you can see it or not. Behind me there's a theater stage. There's a couple other things here which I hope to show you in a little while. And obviously you got the Capitol building, which I just showed you in the background there. It's a beautiful fountain. I mean, it's one of those things you have to see, really depicting Indian life, I guess, as it was here at one time. I didn't read any plaques on it or anything. I just know that it's beautiful. And if you get the opportunity, you need to come to this little park. It's just very serene. See some more of it around there. There's something I want to tell you. You know, Connecticut's state song is Yankee Doodle Dandy. Now, how many of you have heard that song? I know you have. I'm gonna explain some of it. I want to explain some of it to you, okay? I hope y'all get that reference. Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, give it up, Yankee Doodle Dandy. I think it was maybe Keep It Up. But anyway, point is, you know, us Southerners refer to New Englanders as Yankees. Well, you know, that's what the British referred to us Americans, was Yankees, you know. And doodle. Did you ever wonder what doodle meant? You're not doodle. It's not doodling. Yankee Doodle. That's British slang for inferior, a simpleton, a simple person. So it was an insult. Yankee Doodle, right? Okay, Yankee Doodle. All right. Stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. No, you don't eat it. No, not macaroni. I had to do a little research on this, y'all. Give me some credit. You know, stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Well, back then, there was this fictional person called Macaroni, and he was always lavishly dressed, you know, all manners of clothing, just lavishly, you know, flamboyantly dressed. And that's why in the song, when Yankee Doodle, the Yankee simpleton, just stuck a feather in his hat, they were calling him Macaroni. Yeah, right? He was dressed just by putting a feather in his hat. He was a macaroni. Now, Yankee Doodle Dandy. Okay. Macaroni was the old way of saying flamboyantly dressed. The new term is dandy. So it's really the same, the word means the same thing. Yankee Doodle Dandy. A Yankee simpleton dressed up, you know, all wonderfully. Now, did you enjoy that? I hope you did, because I looked it up, you know, and just to see what it meant. But I hope that was a little bit interesting, because I mean, I've known that song all my life, right? But I never really knew what it meant. So it was interesting when I was looking it up. So I hope that you find it interesting. Once again, the Capitol building there behind me. And it's coming over to a freeway. Well, not a freeway, an entrance to a freeway. So you see, even as serene as it is, it's right by real world, which I'm gonna get ready and show you a little bit of. Homelessness is everywhere, even here in Bushnell Park. You know, my personal opinion is no one should be homeless. And although I would like to give each one of them some money, it wouldn't solve the problem. If I had trillions and trillions, maybe so then, you know, but I don't. And it's sad. No matter where you go, it's sad to see. As I showed you here in Bushnell Park, there's a small tent city. And there's a couple more that I'm not going to show. It's not a reason of, I don't want to exploit it, but some people need help and some people don't want help. You know, we have to understand that. But anyway, I just showed you a little bit of Bushnell Park. We're going to go visit another side of it, and then a special area dedicated to some soldiers I want to show you. And then I maybe walk around downtown a little bit. Another aspect to the Bushnell Park, on one end they have a memorial to the soldiers and sailors of Hartford, the 4,000 or so of them that were killed in wartime. I'm gonna get a show of you of this side, and then I'll walk through and show you the other side. We'll get a better view of the other side as I walk through it. It's pretty cool. You know, it's like a lot of things, it's impressive, you know, or maybe I'm just easily impressed. Y'all tell me. I don't know. But I'm going up under it. I'm gonna turn up for you. Yeah. I mean, it's just an arch, right? But it's more than an arch because it's a memorial to the soldiers and sailors of that time that didn't make it back home to Hartford, you know. It's another one of those historical things, and personally I love it. See the background? See, I put my head in the arch here. Let's see if I can do a little bit better. There we go. Look, it's my hat. What do you think? It's my hat. Okay, anyway, enough of that. But that's it, you know. I think it's pretty cool. Downtown Hartford, you know, not really too much different than any other city. Small, big, medium. I mean, it has the things that cities have. Some nice things here. I've showed you some, not all. There's a lot more here, but you know, you get the opportunity, you come see, explore, find something different than what I did. But you know, I think one of the biggest things is that it's in Connecticut, okay? And from the research that I've done, it makes it a little more difficult for businesses to start up and do the things that they're doing to make money because of the high taxes. And it's part of Connecticut's problem. And to even a bigger degree, it's part of Hartford's problem. It's just nobody is making the money that they need to make, so they're leaving. There are more people leaving Hartford, Connecticut than that are moving in. That's just the way it is, you know. Hartford long ago was known as the insurance city, you know. That's because all the big insurance agencies, corporations are based here, and that's what it used to be. If any of you ever remember Hartford Insurance, well, now they're not. I mean they are, but it's just not as vibrant as it used to be. So they even got a street downtown here. It's blocked off for the restaurants and stuff during the COVID, so they could excuse me, so they could expand out, you know. Otherwise it's been hard during this COVID time. It's still a nice little city. I mean, I really like it. I was doing a little research like a lot of vloggers, YouTubers do, you know, about the town, and one guy from the area pretty much summed it up, and he grew up here. Hartford has the highest crime. It doesn't really offer a lot for growth, but they have these banners up everywhere saying Hartford has it. Well, it does. And just like the guy said, Hartford has potential. And that's what it has. I mean, it's a small city on the rise. How you doing, buddy? And you can see it everywhere. I mean, it's just like you can feel it. It's like it's there, but it's not. And on that note, I want to say I have really actually enjoyed being in Hartford today, and I would come back again to explore it a little bit more, but it might be a while because there's a lot of other places out here to see, and I'd like to see some of them. But if you see yourself going north and you don't want to take the more popular routes somewhere, veer off to the side and catch Hartford. You know, probably going up to Rhode Island next is what I think. And I'm glad I stopped here. I don't know if you can see me or not. Oh, okay, there we go. Hey, look, I'm learning this stuff, okay? I know I look like I was in the dark. Anyway, I hope you like what I showed you today. If you did, please subscribe. You know, hit notifications so you know my next one's coming up. Let me know what I'm doing, what I'm not doing. and I'll try to do some more silly stuff. I mean, that's really in my nature, you know, to do silly, corny kind of things. But anyway, I appreciate you coming to Derek's Destinations, and do it again, please. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.